Hey guys, what's up? This is Seth from the REtipster blog, and in this video I want to talk to you about a real estate crowdfunding platform called Fundrise. And Fundrise is a company that I had heard about for a couple years now, but it wasn't until just recently that I really got familiar with how they work and what makes them unique to the world of real estate crowdfunding platforms. Now, the cool thing about the whole concept of real estate crowdfunding is that it allows really a lot of different types of people to get involved with real estate investing. So no longer do you have to run a full-blown real estate business. You don't have to be a house flipper or a landlord or any of that stuff. If you got extra money and you want to diversify your investments or your retirement savings, you can literally just find a property that you want to invest in and put those dollars into that property through one of these sites. But the unique thing about Fundrise is that you don't necessarily invest your dollars into one specific property. Instead, they have these pools of property where you can invest as little as $1,000 and up. The way it works is you have to buy 100 shares, and the shares cost $10 a share. Because you're investing in this pool of properties and not a single location, it's kind of a good way to make sure your funds are well diversified among several different options rather than just rising and falling based on how one property does. Another notable thing about Fundrise is that a lot of the other crowdfunding companies out there require you to be an accredited investor, which basically means you already have to have a really good income or a really high net worth even to be allowed in their system and look at the investments. For example, you might have to have a net worth of $1 million or an annual income of at least $250,000. So right off the bat, that kind of keeps a lot of people out of those websites because a lot of average people out there just don't fall into those categories. But with Fundrise, you don't have to fall into any of those categories. Literally anybody can get into their site, and all they need is a minimum of $1,000 to plug into an investment and get started. So it's just a lot more easily accessible to lots of people, whereas a lot of these other crowdfunding websites, they're still great options, but it's just a little bit harder for the average person to get involved with those. So if you're somebody who wants to get into the real estate investing game, or maybe you're just looking for a different type of real estate investing option that doesn't require all the hands-on effort and work and attention to detail, Fundrise could be a great option. In the next few minutes, I'm just going to show you how to get into the website, create your own account, check out some of the options they have available, and how you can get started investing money in real estate. Follow along, I'll show you what it's all about. Okay, so once you get to the Fundrise website, you're going to see a page that looks something like this. And all you have to do if you want to get started is just go ahead and enter in your email address. So we'll go ahead and do that right here. And click Get Started. And then at this point, you're going to get an automatic email in your inbox with a link that you can click that's going to take you right here to this page. And this is also where you should be landing right after you click the submit button. So either way, you'll see a page that looks something like this. And again, remember, the way Fundrise works is when you're investing your money in these kind of crowdfunding projects, you're not investing in any one specific property. Instead, you're investing in a pool of properties. And Fundrise has these different funds that are geared towards different end goals, like whether you want income or whether you want growth or whether you want both, and also depending on where you want those properties to be located. So for example, if you wanted to invest in properties that are over on the West Coast or over on the East Coast or sort of in the Midwest heartland of the US, you can do that just by selecting them right down here. And it looks like at the time of this recording, a couple of these are actually sold out. So in my case, I can only choose from these three. So if you want to learn just a little bit more about what these are all about, say if I took this one and dragged it over here, I could sort of just get a good user-friendly overview for what these things are all about, where they're located, what the return profile is, the time horizon, how soon I'm going to get my money back, plus any profits I'm making, stuff like that. But really, if you just want to cut to the chase and get started, all you got to do is go up here and click sign up, and then you would just put your information in again and actually create a password for yourself so that you can create your Fundrise account. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now, and then I will go ahead and click this, assuming that I actually have reviewed these things, and I'll click that and create my Fundrise account. Okay, so then at this point, I'll have to go ahead and verify my email address. So I'll quick do that, and then this is what it looks like. So I'll go ahead and click that. Alrighty, so we are good to go. I'll go ahead and put in country of citizenship and residence. It's the US for me on both accounts. And then it looks like we have to start by just entering in some basic information about ourselves. So primary address and phone number, our bank account and a routing number if we want to just invest directly from our bank accounts, and then our social security number. So let's get started with that. So as I'm going through this, looks like I gotta go ahead and review this stuff and agree to it. I've obviously already been through all this stuff, but if you haven't, go ahead and check it out. Make sure you understand all the risks associated with this kind of investment medium. Once you get it, just keep going on and moving through the steps. Go ahead and click all of these as well, making sure you fully understand what you're agreeing to. Click continue. Now I'm gonna go ahead and choose an individual account. And let's go ahead and put in all these basic details. And I'm just going to go ahead and blur this stuff out for obvious privacy reasons. And we'll scroll down here, put in the old social security number. And then keep in mind, if you want to, you can have your dividends automatically reinvested if you want. So if that's something you want to do, go ahead and check this. And then once you've read everything and entered in all the appropriate information and you're ready to go forward, just go ahead and click continue. And in terms of your payment method, you can either do a wire transfer or an ACH, and that's what I would think would make sense for most people, the ACH, so that's what I'm going to do here. And then account type, this is going to be a checking account. Just go ahead and put in your bank information. And then once you've got that complete, just go ahead and click continue. And then at the very end here, you'll have to sign with your mouse. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's a pretty beautiful signature. Hope you like that. And then once that's done, just go ahead and click continue again. And now once you get to this point, you may be looking at this over here, this $5,000 that was kind of automatically added to your cart, 500 shares at $10 a piece. And you might think, maybe I don't really want to invest that much, or maybe I want to invest more, or maybe I don't necessarily want to invest in the Heartland REIT, but I want to invest in a different one or in multiple ones or anything like that. Before you scroll down to the bottom and click on place order, make sure that this is exactly what you want. So for example, let's say we want to just start over and empty out our shopping cart and do something else. All we got to do up here is go click on Browse Investments. And then it's going to take us to this right here where you can pick whichever one of these you want to work with. And as you can see at the time of this recording, 2 of these are sold out, so those aren't available. But we've got the West Coast, Heartland, and East Coast REIT funds that are available to choose from. And they all kind of do the same general thing. They're just in different locations throughout the United States. So I'm going to go and click on the East Coast one. Let's view the details. And what we can do here after we scroll through this and we fully understand what this is all about and where the properties are located and whether or not this is something we want to be involved with, right up here to the top and click add to order. And the way this works is it's automatically going to put $5,000 in your little shopping cart, but you can change this right here. You could do anywhere up to $50,000 or as low as $1,000. And it looks like those are sort of the increments you would have to choose. So if you just want to dip your toe in the water with $1,000, you could do that right here and then click invest now. And at this point, I've already entered in all my information. Let's just go ahead and do it. See what happens. Alrighty, so it says, first apparently we have to confirm receipt and indicate agreement with the following documents. And then we will agree to these things again before we move forward. It's all pretty basic, straightforward stuff. Go ahead and click continue. It looks like we got to go through these steps again. Luckily, all this stuff is already in here from the first time. So we'll just verify that everything is the same as how we set it up. Do our little signature again. Click continue. And there we go. This is our final checkout page. Just make sure all the information is accurate and correct. Scroll down to the bottom, and if it all looks good, go ahead and click place order. And then there we go. Order placed successfully. Let's go ahead and view the order in my account. And there we go. It just kind of gives us the basic details. Something else that's really nice about this website is that it makes it really, really easy to just track everything and see where your investment dollars are at. So if we go over here to overview, we can kind of see $0 of earnings to date. It's because I literally just put it in there. Hasn't had a chance to do anything yet. Go over here to performance. Again, not a lot of activity has happened so far in the past 30 seconds. So there's not a lot of information to show just yet. Transactions, we can see our 1 transaction so far. Updates, as the quarterly dividends come out and that kind of thing, those kind of updates will most likely be here. And documents, when there's tax documentation that is applicable to me. That kind of information would be here. And then investment documents, the things that I agreed to before I went ahead and placed this order, that stuff is right here. So I can check that out anytime. And it's just a really, user-friendly, easy to follow system that doesn't make it hard. I mean, you literally just put your money in and it will report to you what's going on. Fundrise is a really easy to use system. I've been really impressed just with how it's not difficult at all to figure out how to use it. It's not rocket science. It's just a really good option for people who want to get into real estate investing, but they don't want to deal with any of the hassles or headaches. They just want to take the lazy man's approach, put the money in, and let it work for them. And of course, as with any real estate investment, there's never any guarantee that you're going to get a certain return, or really any return for that matter. But again, if you're okay with that kind of risk, then this could be a great fit for you. So hopefully that was helpful, and hopefully that was somewhat informative. If you've heard of Fundrise but just didn't know what it was all about, or if you've never heard of it, hopefully you just learned something new here. That's all. Again, I've got an affiliate link to Fundrise beneath this video. I will get a small kickback if you sign up for an account through that link. So if you do, thank you very much. I appreciate that. If you don't, it's no problem at all. Thanks again for watching, and whatever you decide to do, I wish you all the best with your real estate investing, and hopefully I will see you again in the next video.